They say it's a long way to the top if you
Yes.
want to rock and roll.
Yes.
And in this industry, it is basically rock and roll. And it's a hell of a long way to the top. But to find out just who's at the top, it's that time of year again. It's awards season.
Ta-da!
Yes, the 2020 Gaming Awards, as voted for by you dudes, has now launched. We are in the nominations phase, so let me explain to you how OnTableTop and previously Beasts of War awards work. What we do is we open up a survey for nominations, okay? You can reach out to your... There's 16 categories, I believe, this year. You can reach out to your favorite companies and stuff like that to let them know that this is on, okay? Reach out to your buddies. And you go and you fill it in, okay? With here's who I think should be in the nominations, okay? We then close those nominations. The nomination phase will close on the 31st of January, okay? So you have until the end of the month to get your nominations in. We then troll through those nominations to come up with finalists for each category. Okay. And then we open up the voting phase. Okay. So at some point in February, the voting stage will go live. And you can go in and you can then vote for the finalists. We then close the voting phase, and then we get on with producing an awards show.
There is one thing I would like to note for the survey.
Yes.
It's something that I came up against whenever I dropped in to fill it out myself. Was there were one or two of the segments where I just didn't know who the hell to put in there.
So you can leave them blank.
Exactly. So just if you don't know what to do, you can leave it blank.
Yep.
But try and fill them all in because it really helps.
Yeah. Well, the reason we try to cast the whole nominations phase as wide as possible, so please do share the link and get it out there among folk, is to try and get the surprising nominations, the stuff that you don't always see. Okay, so we want it out there as wide as possible. And remember, the more someone is nominated, the easier it is for us to spot that nomination as we troll through the data to make sure that we can get them into a finalist's position. So that you get to see all the usual suspects sometimes, but the nomination phase is key. It's a great way for us all as a community to find those hidden gems, those ones that aren't necessarily there with all the big budgets and stuff like that. So please, guys, help us spread the nominations phase far and wide. Okay, so nominations phase, crucially important, finishes at the end of this month. Then we open up the voting. After we've processed the entries, come up with the finalists, we open up the voting. The voting's done the same way. You can go through, you'll see pictures, and you'll be able to vote. And again, if you can't pick a winner of a particular category, you can skip that and move on to the next one. And then after the voting is completed, as I said, we get to work on producing the awards show. Right, some important stuff for you to notice, to know. By nominating and by voting, you get entered into our mystery box prize. The mystery box is huge. So basically, over the year, we collate lots of cool things like our board games, minis, products, all kinds of stuff. And it all goes into a giant box, and somebody can walk off with that mystery box. And it's great for you to take back to your club and to your friends, and you can divvy stuff out.
Could even be a boat.
A boat's a boat, but the mystery box could be anything. It could even be a boat.
So if you want to win a mega prize, this is the thing to get involved in. Okay, so by putting your nomination in, you can drop your email address in there. We'll pick an email at random, reach out to you and say, yeah, you won it. And it's a combination of, by doing the nominations, you get an entry. If you do the voting, you get another entry. It's a big old thing, and we make the announcement in the show on the night. The other thing is we have awards. Ooh. Yay! Check this out. So this is the 2020 OnTableTop Gaming Awards. So this is the prototype.
Sweet. So this is 1.0.
The winners, okay, so the companies and the individuals that win in the categories are going to get this beautiful bad boy, handcrafted and handmade in here by the OnTableTop team. Isn't it lovely?
Yeah. Also, we really need somebody to nominate battle group data cards
Right,
for the
we-
best
yeah,
wargaming
so
accessory.
We can just send this one out then.
There's what you didn't win.
So
Arched.
once the show is complete, or possibly even before the show, I don't know.
Nope.
At some point, they will wing their way out of the on tabletop towers and head off to their respective well-deserved winners. Let me quickly run over the categories, and I mean very quickly because there is 16 of them. So if you can quickly bring it up,
Yeah,
okay?
I've got it right here.
So we have the best miniatures game or expansion. Doesn't matter whether it's a full game or expansion. We want to know what's the best thing around minis last year. So it's from the 1st of January 2019 to the 31st of December 2019. So it just covers exactly last year. Same thing for board games, same thing for card games, same thing for RPGs. We also want to know what you thought was the best piece of gaming artwork that was released last year. The best sculpt that you thought that came out last year. The best paint job. This is always a good one because it pulls in from all of those big competitions, and what we get to see who we thought was the absolute best paint job of the entire year. So it's not only the competitions, but also some of the product shots that companies put out. The best terrain product. What did you think was the best piece of scenery or a terrain from the year? And the best hobby or gaming accessory. So that's anything that isn't like a piece of terrain. The best is new categories. Best 3D printable model. Okay, it's
That's
a
a new
big
one.
thing for us now. So we want to know, what did you think was the best 3D printable model that was released by the industry last year? We want to know, who do you think was the best newcomer of 2019? What small company or big company or whatever burst onto the scene and made themselves known? Best Kickstarter. This is a doozy. So this one is not about Kickstarter fulfillment. Kickstarter fulfillment would fall under best miniatures game or best board game or so
Or
on
best
and so
newcomer.
forth. Or best newcomer. This is about, what do you think was the best ran Kickstarter from the point to funding, okay? In terms of its communication, its entertainment, its commitment, its ability to draw cash out of your pocket. So what was your best Kickstarter of 2019? We then are also digging deep within our community. We want to know who the OnTableTop community hobby hero was of 2019. If someone within the community made a difference to you, we want to know who they are and why. Because we're going to be reaching out to give an award to a hobby hero within the community of OnTabletop.
Which of Andy's ex paint jobs was it that inspired you?
Yes. Best content creator. This goes out to all of our brethren on the YouTubes, the Twitches, and the blogs. If you have content creators, not us obviously, but content creators that you would like to nominate, so that because of the great stuff that they have produced in 2019, all we ask is that they regularly produced something during 2019. Get it in there in the nominations, and it could be a great way for us to find just some awesome content creators. Best OnTabletop community project. As you know, we have the project system front and center within the OnTabletop community and the platform. Loads of people use it for updating their projects and making us aware of the steps involved in their projects. We learn a ton. We laugh a lot. We want to know, which was your favorite project of 2019. And then finally, not last or least, well, it is last, but it's not least, best local store or club. We want to reach out and get the FLGSs out there, some recognition, okay? We want to know, where will you nominate? Where did you think was just that cut above, that place that just deserves the recognition? We need you to tell us who they are, how we can contact them, and why you think they should be nominated as the best local store or club. We're going to then tell their story during the voting stage, so that everybody can learn about these places, and then we will announce the winner on the award show night. Nice breadth of awards this year. I'm really, really looking forward to it. And for anybody that has helped share it so far, thank you. If you're a small company or whatever, please feel free to share it with your communities. energize them up to get the nominations and stuff in there. It purely, the more nominations you get, just it purely makes it easier for us to spot the trend in the data. That's purely it. Once it gets to the voting stage, then everybody gets to see what you do and what you're nominated for, and people then make a judgment based on what they actually see. And that's why the nominations phase is crucially important for us to discover the hidden gems, to discover interesting things that maybe are a bit out of the norm or new. Okay, so I can't stress enough, even if you only have one thing that you wish to nominate, click through to that form, not put it in there. You don't have to fill it all out, but fill out the parts that you feel are important.
Sweet.
Right. Sweet to the beat.
Sweet to the beat.